fams, welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews. Sorry for the temporary extra echoey setup. I will be working on that when I can, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and just hop in. We're going to take a look at the Movie 1 Deluxe Wreckage. Took me a second to remember his name here. Yeah, this is a figure that I don't see anyone really talking about, and it is criminally underrated. This is one of the coolest movie genericons that I have ever seen. As you can see, it is some form of, I'm guessing, APC, type thing. 8 wheels, all of them roll very well, very loud on this borrowed plastic desk. But yeah, very, very nice alt mode, actually. Big shock, a movie 1 genericon, was just some form of, military machine, but overall works pretty well. I'm a big fan of the colors, actually. This is not a common color scheme when they do any kind of toys of, military vehicles, so that's pretty neat. Transformation on this guy is actually really, really simple, but pretty good. Go ahead, start, flip up this panel, then raise this up all the way. You will then open up these little side bits and remove his weapons. Do more with those here in a bit. They don't actually lock on in any way. They do just sit down in there and hope. Come to the bottom here. Fold out the legs. If they haven't already, go ahead and unpeg them from each other. You can see they just have offset slot and tabs there. Go ahead and bring these pieces back. Get them out of the way. And then I find it works best if you angle the legs a little bit forward here. That will expose this little tab. Come to the bottom side, unpeg the arms right there. Then you will shift the shoulder. If I can get it clear here. Up like that. Same thing over here. Untab. Make sure that's clear and shift up the shoulder. And then for one of the things that I really miss of figures of this era, go ahead, pull down on this center section. And as you do, if I can get it to start, it will rotate the shoulders and head up into place. Sometimes you'll have to help it along like I just did, but it'll do that. It also extends out this little red chest gun. So overall, really nice. Yes, it's automorph, which means it is steadily working less and less, but whatever. Then finally, just come back here, push this gun up into his back, fold this panel down flat. This piece will come in and it doesn't lock in, but it does sit alongside those pieces right there. Fold out the feet and get the arms in a little bit. Stop that. A little bit better position. And there you have Movie 1 Wreckage. Now, right off the bat, you can see probably the only downside I have with this guy. In fact, here, let me adjust the camera a little bit to try and make it not as bad. He was one of the Decepticons who had that thing where he couldn't quite look forward. He always looks down just a little bit. So you do have to factor that in when you pose him, but otherwise, really, really fun mold, actually. Almost has like a hillbilly Megatron face, for lack of a better description. Just underbite Megatron. I do really like that. Decepticon insignia on his chest here. Again, he's got the weird stomach gun. A little bit of gold revealed in this mode. Posability on this guy is actually next level for a figure of his era. The head is on a ball joint. You get a little bit of wiggle, rotation. Decent bit of up and down, actually. Again, the panel the head is on sits at a weird angle, so he can't look up, but there is actually a pretty good range of motion there. You've got a hinge here, so you do actually have a bit of a butterfly joint, as well as the shoulder is a ball joint, and then a double hinge for the elbow. So you get a full rotation, full articulation for the shoulder. The hands actually can rotate a little bit, though the wheel kibble does get in the way of them moving further. As you've seen, you do kind of have to hold him like that while you move the arms at the shoulder, just to keep, the whole automorph section from undoing itself. That's the one problem with movie automorph, is they usually didn't lock it in place. This should have been a tab. Anyway, articulation. He has a little bit of waist swivel. Not as much as you would think. If this piece wasn't here, he'd have a lot more, but that is stuck there. There's no moving that, so a little bit of waist swivel. Ball joint at the hip, so you get forward, back, bit of out. You can move where you have these little pieces if that gets you more clearance. Clearly, you can put the weapons back in them if you want. Get it out of the way, and he does have actually 90 degrees of bend at the knee. As well as the ankles are on a ball joint, so you actually get, rotation, tilt, up and down. Really, really good range on this guy, actually. So, put him off to the side a little bit. We'll go ahead, check out his weapons here. These are mirror molded of each other. They're just these two little, frankly, nothings right now, but go ahead, pull back on the little buttons on the sides here, and they become his, I'm going to guess, Energon swords. Now, they do each have a tab on the side here that you can use to either put it in his hand, or there's a peg hole right here, so you can peg these under his arm, and there is clearance to have them, flip out while they're down here. But the cooler thing you can do with these, actually, is they actually will just very easily slot into each other, like that, and then you can take either of these pegs, and the center of each wheel is actually a pegging point. So you can peg the sword into his arm and do that. It's silly, pointless, but actually pretty fun. So overall, yeah, aside from the kind of weird head articulation, this figure is like way cooler than he has any right to be, especially for, again, a movie one generic, deluxe class Decepticon. And if you see this guy, I cannot recommend him enough. I do want to say major thanks to my buddy Tim, actually, who gave me this guy. And hopefully videos will be flowing again soon, and especially without so much echo. But either way, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.